Battery warnings, battery indications, and why they're important, and why you need to keep your eye on them to avoid things like this. Let's do this. So hello and welcome once again here on the channel. Nobby here, and today's video is all about battery indications and battery warnings and why they're important and why you shouldn't ignore them. That little tiny clip you saw at the beginning of the video, I'm going to reveal exactly what went on with that a little later on in the video. But today's video is all about checking out your battery warnings and why you shouldn't ignore them. Let's get straight into the video and see what it's all about. So okay, we're going to do battery test today. And as you can see already just there, it's at 45%, and the purpose of today's video is there is some hidden features in this battery display. If we click on to the battery itself, it shows us in live real time exactly what's going off with this battery, and this is the intelligent side of it. So drone's up at about 15 meters, and as we move forward, you'll notice that that return to home is decreasing. So the further we go away, it's continually trying to work out exactly how much is left as to what we want to get for a return to home, or until forced landing, or until the battery's depleted. Now you can see it's already gone down on the top scale from 45 to 40 quite quickly. It's a little bit windy today, not an awful lot, but it's enough to get that comparison with the battery. So I'm just going to fly around a little bit and get this battery drained. So we're out at about 300 meters. And you can see as we're flying around how that is continually changing. Using the Mini 3 Pro today for this test. What I want to do is to get that down to somewhere near down to 34%, and it's telling us a couple of minutes before return to home. That should normally kick in at around 20%. I don't normally fly after 20%. That's when I normally bring it home. But I'm expecting battery warning levels and return to home to come up, of which, as you're probably aware, you can cancel. It's slowly depleted now. So the further out you go, obviously the less time you've got left on that battery. I'll probably speed this up a little bit. So looking at the signal indicator as well, if you tap onto there, it shows you that we've got a strong signal, obviously because we've got full bars. And also on the satellites, if we tap onto there, it shows a strong GPS signal and 31 satellites. So back to the battery. They're telling us we've got 1 minute and 30 seconds from that location out at 278 meters. Just come a bit closer to home. We'll go up slightly. Obviously this is all dependent on wind and weather as well. If it's quite windy, that battery will deplete quite quickly. What I wanted to do is to show you the two different scenarios between return to home. There we go, some strong wind warnings now. There we go, return to home promptly has just popped up. I'm going to cancel that, and then we're going to fly back towards us. And try and get that forced landing to happen. but it just shows you how quickly that battery starts to deplete. Just over there a little bit. The strong wind warning is at 34 meters. So there we go, we're getting our bleeps telling us to return to home quickly, or promptly as they put it. I'm just waiting for this member of the public with his dog to come by, because he's going to be approaching my landing destination. So we've got about 30 seconds until a forced landing, and we're getting all these low battery warnings, and you can hear with that bleeping going mad. There we go, critical low battery now. Now it's doing a forced landing, which I didn't want to accept. I'm going to try and bring it a little bit closer. Pushing up on the sticks. And it's now just in a place where I can let it hover. As you can see, I'm now pushing up, trying to keep it up out of the way, and eventually it will just take control and it will start to land itself. That battery depletion is going down and down and down. So as I let go of the sticks, it's going to land. And now it's taking over completely. And down she comes. So here's the crash footage that I showed earlier in the video. This was taken a couple of years ago by my son with his Air 2. He was just lining up his last shot of this derelict building, flying the Air 2. He only had one return to home warning, and as you can see just here, this is where he realizes that the drone's starting to go into critical battery mode. You can see that the drone, it keeps lowering, and he's having a look round to see where he can actually land. He's keeping the sticks up at the time, trying to fight with the drone, pushing up on the sticks. He's just here somewhere. He's looking, contemplating where to fly. He's right close to a busy road. He can't go into the grounds where the building is because he would never retrieve his drone, and he's panicking. He's panicking slightly. He don't know what to do. He's pushing up on the sticks, and now the drone decides it's going to land. As you can see, it's going round and round. It's crossing the road. It's coming down at quite a rate of knots. It's clipped this post, and it's now just hanging in the tree. And that's the reason you should not ignore your battery warnings. So there we go. Just a short video this week about the battery indications and the warnings, and why not to avoid them. As you saw in that video of the Air 2 crash that could have been quite fatal, coming down across that busy road. So hope you've got some use out of the video. If you have, don't forget, as always, give us the old thumbs up. And if you're new around here, why don't you consider subscribing, dinging the dong, and all the rest of it that goes with it. I'm sure you know me by now. So if you're enjoying the content on the channel, you might like to check out these two videos just here that might be of interest to you. Thanks for watching.